Fine, good afternoon to you all students. Hi students, how are you? I hope you all are fine. Students, how you wrote your computer exam? So have you all written well? Is the question is easy for you? Is it easy for you? Yes, please study daily's portion, okay? Don't waste time. So at last you won't get time for you to study. Please study daily portion, okay? So welcome to our today's online class. So now we are studying about chapter 6, control structures. So till chapter 5, you might have thorough. Isn't it? Thorough or not till chapter 5? So till chapter 5, is it easy for you? So till chapter 5, very smallest chapter. After chapter, for 5th chapter onwards only somewhat biggest. Till 4th chapter is very small. So don't skip anything, okay? So are you remembering what are the things you have studied in the chapter 6? You'll forget, isn't it? Because last week fully you are prepared for your exams. So you might have forget. So before you are going to study about today's portion, just to recall what are things I have taught at the last week. Okay. What's the 6th chapter? Control structures. So what do you mean by control structures? So what are the things you have studied in control structures? Lot of statements, isn't it? So what do you mean by control structures? The particular in the program. So you are going to control the particular statements using what? Lot of things, isn't it? So you have studied in control structures. There are 3 important control structures you have studied. Sorry, remembering 3 important control structures. What are they? Sequential, alternative or branching. Third one, iterative or looping. So among the 3, 2 things already we have completed. What are they? Sequential, alternative or branching. These 2 already I have completed. So what do you mean by sequential? Sequential means, so each statement will be executed one after the another. What's the meaning of that one? First it will execute the first statement. Then second. Then third line, fourth line, fifth line. That means order by order it will execute. That is called as sequential statement. Then second kind of statement is alternative or branching statement. What do you mean by name itself having alternative? So it will take alternative path or some different path to execute the group of statements. That we are calling as an alternative or branching statement. Okay. So among this alternative or branching statement, there are 3 alternative statements are there. So what are they? If statement, if else statement, if elif statement. Okay. So just I am recalling what are the things I have taught at the last week. Then only you can able to continue the remaining portions. Okay. So just listen. What do you mean by if statement? If statement means, so it will check only one condition. So if the condition is true means, what only the true block alone execute. So it won't bother about the false condition or false block. That's the use of if condition. Second is if else statement. So name itself having if else. So how many blocks are there? 2. True block as well as false block. If the condition is true means true block will execute. Next, if the condition is false means false block will execute. That is called if else statement. Then if elif. What do you mean by if elif? Multiple if else statement. Instead of using multiple if in a program, we are using a statement called elif. So in elif, many number of ifs, that means if statement, more than 2 or 3 or 4 times you can able to use if. But else condition you can able to use only once at the last of the program. That means false condition alone. Understand? So till now that sequential and alternative or branching statement, so I have discussed. So today we are going to study about, so last class I have taught, so till elif statement. So first today we are going to study about in and not in statement. Okay. So in and not in. So name itself having simply you can read means also you can able to understand. So this chapter is very important. So fully from this chapter onward full of programs. Okay. So please listen carefully, then only you can able to understand and study. Okay. Without understanding, please don't mug up the program, because for your exams they won't ask the program subsidies in your book. This is just like a model. Similar way they asked some other programs. So you should write by your own. So if you understand means only you can able to write. So please listen carefully. Sometimes they will ask same programs also. So not like the last year C program. This and all very easy. If you understand means easily you can study. Okay, so listen carefully. So first is the in and not in. Name itself having in and not in. In means particular thing is present or available. So you are giving some sentences or you are giving some statements. In means so particular you are checking some condition. That condition is available in that particular sentence or paragraph. Understand? Not in means that thing is not there in the particular things. Okay. So see this example, then only you will get understand. Okay. So listen. So in Python program, first what you will do? You will give one variable. Isn't it? So variable, I am giving the variable name called CH. Okay, what's the variable name? CH. So in the variable, I am giving input. What's the meaning of this one? Input of function. What's the use of input of function? So you can able to give the input in which screen? At the output screen. So that's the use of input of function. So inside the input of function I am giving, so enter a character. So what's the aim of this program means? So you are going to check, you are entering some characters or some letters. Okay. So you are going to check the particular character is a vowel or not. Okay. So what's the aim of this program? You are going to check. So you are entering character is a vowel or not. Okay. So for that, first you are going to enter a particular character. So for that input, which function you need to give? Input of function. Inside the input of function I am giving enter a character. Okay. So what's this line? The line starts with hash symbol means we are calling that line as a command line. Okay. So while you are executing the program, where the interpreter will take this line to execute? No. Command line is only for your understanding. So this line no need to study. Okay. So what's the second line? Listen. In the if condition, I am checking. So listen. If CH in. Listen carefully. If condition CH, where I am entering the input character in the variable CH. Isn't it? So where I need to check in the variable CH. Because for example, I am entering the character here. So that character is stored in which variable? CH. So I need to check in which variable? CH. Understand? If CH in. What's the meaning of in? So particular vowel letters are available in this character. Understand? So if CH in, what are the vowel letters? A, E, I, O, U. So you need to mention both in capital letter as well as small letter. Okay, because sometimes you will enter the character in small letter. Sometimes you will enter the character in capital letter. So both you need to check, no? So you should mention both capital letter as well as small letter. A, E, I, O, U. Listen, so each things you are mentioning in which one? Quotes. And separated by using commas. Understand? So if CH in. So if these alphabets are available in the word, that means the word given in storing in CH means you need to print which one? That word is a vowel. Okay. So if not in, okay, that means this letters A, B, C. So not in. If the letters are, that vowel letters are not available in this means you need to print the particular given entry, the character is not in A, B, C or not in vowel. You can't write the letter is not a vowel. Understand? So now you are executing the program. Okay. So now we are executing the program. So which line will execute at the first? So first one, enter a character. Now I am entering the character say E. So immediately, so it will check. So if so the character stored in which variable? CH. So it will check. So CH in whether E is available here? Yes. So which condition? This condition is true. So this statement will print as a output. CH E is a vowel. Understand? Next I am giving the enter the character X. Okay. So if I am entering the character X, whether that character is a vowel? No. So it will display. So X is the letter not in ABC. So which one it will press? The letter is not ABC. If you are giving the letter is not a vowel means it will print the letter is not a vowel. Understand? Understand this program? That's the use of in and not in. Understand? Yes. Next one, iteration or looping. Okay, so this and all already you have studied thorough in your 11th standard itself. So this one is very easy for you to study. Okay, so iteration. Okay, what's the meaning of iteration? Okay, so in a program, for example, in a program, so particular set of lines, for example, program will contain 100 or 50 or 100 lines. So among that 100 lines, only 20 lines I need to execute more number of times. For example, that for 10 or 20 lines, I need to execute more than 6 times or more than 10 times. Whether it is possible to write, if I need to execute that 10 lines for 10 times means 10 times I need to write. Whether it is possible to write in a program? That's a tedious process, isn't it? So to avoid that one, we are giving which statement? Iteration. That process we are calling as an what? Iteration. That means particular set of codes you need to execute several number of times. That is called as what? Iteration. Okay. So that one, that the particular statements is executing more number of time, no, that statement we are calling as an loop statement. Okay. So what do you mean by loop? So you are giving some condition in the loop. So that loop will execute till your condition gets satisfied. Okay. So how many times the loop will execute? For example, in your loop, your condition you are giving I less than I equal to 0, I less than or equal to 5. So how many times the loop will execute? 5 times. So the loop will execute till our condition gets satisfied. That one time, 1, 2, 3, 4. That 5 times we are telling no to execute. That one is called iteration. So how many iterations will be there? 5 iterations. Understand what do you mean by iteration or looping constructs? So listen. So likewise, if they ask for 2 more question means only you need to write the definition as well as syntax and flowchart. If they ask for 2 more question means only definition enough. So if they ask for 5 more question means you should put the heading definition, syntax, flowchart with example program. Okay. So that's the format for this chapter. Please listen carefully. Again I am telling, if they ask for 2 more question means for example, what do you mean by sequential statement? Only the definition enough. If they ask for 3 more question means you should write the definition, syntax and flowchart. Okay. Then if they ask for 5 more question means you should write definition, syntax, flowchart with example program. Understand? So listen. So here the last slide we have studied about definition of iteration and looping. So here this is the flowchart. For example, in your program you are giving some condition. Okay, this place you are giving some condition to check. So if the condition is true means you can execute, that's important thing. So you can execute one statement or more than one statement also you can able to execute. For example, so here they have given statement 1. So in a block you can execute one statement or more than one statement. For example, what do you mean by one statement? One line, print, is it true? Then again you are giving print, more than 5 print statements you are giving. That is multiple statements. Understand? You can able to execute one statement or more number of statements inside the loop. Understand? So, first it will check the condition. So, if the condition is true means this block will execute. Either one statement means one statement will execute, two means two, till n statement. How many number of statements you are giving inside the block, that much statements will execute. Okay, that is first. Then first condition over. Then second one. For example, I equal to 0 or I equal to 1. Condition, for example, I am giving condition I equal to 1, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. So my condition is I equal to 1. Starting value is 1. I less than or equal to 5. So how many times it will execute? 5. So first time 1 or I equal to 1. It will check the condition true. The statement, it will print particular statement. Then again it will go to the condition I equal to 2. Second time. So check the condition again 3, 4, 5. Till 5th time this block will execute. Understand? So next I equal to 6. For example, I equal to 6. Whether the condition is true? No. Because I am giving the condition up to 5. So if the value comes to 6 means this block won't get executed. Immediately the control flows to which one? False block. False means else block. So what are the statements you are giving inside the false block? That statement will execute. Then after that it will come outside of the program. Understand? Understand? Similar to the if-else statement. Okay. But if-else statement, but here you are giving iteration. That's important. Condition, based on your condition you are giving, it will iterate. 5 means 5. 10 means 10 times it will iterate. Understand? So listen. So this looping, there are two types of loops are there. Okay. For looping construct, how many types of loops are there? Two types. What are they? While loop and for loop. Okay. How many loops are there? Two. What are they? While loop and for loop. Okay. Like statements, you have three types of statements you have studied, isn't it? If statement, if-else statement, if-elif statement. Likewise, in loops, there are two types of loops are there. What are they? While loop as well as for loop. Okay. So listen, first we are going to study about while loop. Okay. So what's the use of while loop? Okay. So see the syntax. So see the syntax is visible for you. So first while loop, it will check the condition. Syntax is very important. So don't write any blunder things in the syntax. Okay. As it is, they have mentioned in your book, same way you should study and write. Okay. Syntax is similar to the mathematical formula. So don't done mistakes in syntax. Okay. So first while condition, first line. Okay. While condition, first line, it will check the condition. Then the first block will execute, statement block. Else statement block 2. If the condition is true means first block will execute. Else the statement block 2. Understand? So listen. So next the block diagram. So here in the program, so here also you are giving one condition. Okay. So always it will check first the condition. Okay. So here this statement, while loop we are calling as an entry check loop. Okay. What's other name of this while loop? Entry check loop. Okay. This in 11th standard also you have studied. Sometimes they will ask for the 1 mark question. So while loop is otherwise called which kind of loop? Entry check loop. Why they are calling as an entry check loop means, listen. So in this condition, first itself it check the condition. Okay. So first it check, always it will check the condition is true. True condition only it will check. Understand? So listen, you are giving some conditions inside the while loop. So it will check the condition is true. Then particular statement will execute. Then for example, I equal to 5 means 5 times. Sorry, I less than or equal to 5 means 5 times. First it will check the condition, then the statements you are giving inside the condition, again it will give likewise 5 times or 4 times or 6 times execute. If the condition is not satisfied means directly it will come to the false conditions, means directly it will come to outside of the program. Okay, so it will check the condition at the where? Entry, that means starting point. So only we are calling this while loop as an entry check loop. Understand? So where it will check the condition at the starting of the program. Starting of the program only the condition you are going to check. So if the condition is true means it will enter inside the what are the statements you are giving inside the condition, that code will execute. So if the likewise iterate based on your conditions, it will iterate till the statements becomes true. If the condition is false means it will directly come outside of the loop. Understand? So what are the things I have explained? They have given in as a theory part. Okay, listen. So here this while loop will check the Boolean condition. What do you mean by Boolean? What are the Boolean value? True or false, zeros or ones. So it will check how many conditions? 2. What are they? True or false. Okay. And also in this while loop, the else part is an optional one. It is not compulsory to write the else part. Okay. Because first itself I said this is a entry check loop. Always it will check the condition at the starting point. So always it will execute the true statements. So the else block is an optional one. So no need to write the else part. That's not a compulsory. If you need means you can write. Otherwise it is not a compulsory. Only it will check whether the condition is true or not. Okay. So when the else part is execute means, so if the condition is false only, the control goes to the else part. Otherwise the control won't go to else part. Understand? So only we are calling as an which one? This loop is an entry check loop. Okay. So if the condition is false means the control flow comes outside of the loop and again it will go to the beginning of the program. Understand? So what are the things you have studied? The while loop will check how many values? Boolean values. What are the Boolean values? Either it will check the condition becomes true or false. Here the else part is not a compulsory one. It is a optional. So if it need means you can include the else part. Otherwise no need to include. Okay. So if the condition is true means alone the true block alone. Likewise the if statement. The true block alone executed. Okay. So when it will go to the else part? If the condition is false means it will go to the else part. If the condition is false means the control comes out of the block or and go to the beginning of the program. So we are calling this while loop as an entry check loop. Why? You are checking the condition at the beginning of the program. Understand? So listen. So listen carefully. So this and all very important programs. Last time also they have asked like this programs. Mostly they will ask as a 2 mark. For 2 mark also they will ask like this program. 3 mark also sometimes they will ask. Okay. So listen carefully. So listen. First what's the program mean? To print program to illustrate the use of while loop to print all numbers from 0 to 15. Okay. So you are going to print the numbers 10 to 15. Okay. Yes, listen. So you are going to print how many numbers? You are going to print the numbers from 10 to 15. Okay. So what's the starting value I need to give? 10 to 15. So what's the starting value? I equal to 10. Okay. So using which loop they have given? Question itself they have mentioned using while loop. Okay. So while the condition is I equal to 10. Starting value is I equal to 10. Then while, where you need to give the condition? While loop means always it will check the condition at the starting or beginning. Okay. So while I, how many values you need to print until 15? So less than or equal to 15. Understand? Starting value is 10. So I am giving in the variable I equal to 10. So till how many values you need to print? Equal to 15. So I, that variable less than or equal to 15. Okay. Then you are going to print. Which variable you need to print? I. Understand? So end equal to backslash t. What's the meaning of backslash t? Automatically that line will end and it will, so till when it will print the particular values, then automatically it will go to the next line. Okay. Then I equal to I plus 1. What's the meaning of that one? Always it will increment the value 1 to the previous value. Okay. So for example, what's the first value? 10. So first it will print, listen. So first it will print I equal to 10. What's the condition? I equal to less than, for first it will check the condition. Whether less than or equal to 15, 10. 10 is less than or equal to 15. So first value it will print 10. Then, so the second, what's the I plus 1? Then what's the value? 10 plus 1, 11. It will check the condition. 11 for less than or equal to 15? Yes. Then I plus 1. 11 plus 1, 12. 12 plus 1, 13. 13 plus 1, 14. 14 plus 1, 15. Whether it will print 15 plus 1, 16? No. Why? The condition becomes false. Understand? So, only we have studied in while loop, else part is optional. If you need means, you can include, otherwise no need to include. Else part is an optional one. This and all very, very important. Likewise, they will know some other numbers. Print numbers 100 to 200 or print numbers 50 to 60. This is a model program. So, understand and study. Okay. So, if they ask for this programming, first what you should write? The one variable you need to include. The variable starting value you need to give. Using while loop means you need to write using which one? While I, that variable less than or equal to how many numbers they have given, that number you need to give here. Okay. Then print. Which variable you need to print? I n backslash t. That means next line. I equal to I plus 1. Each time it will increment. The output, sometimes they won't give the output. Okay. You should write the output also. Then only you will get full mark. This is an important 2 mark or 3 mark question. Understand? So, same program here, how many whether true part alone there, isn't it? So same program they have given with else part also. Okay, same program they have given in else part also. See the next program. So see the next program. Same program. So it will execute. How many values till it will print? 15. So when the value will come to 16, whether this block will execute? So till 15 only this block will execute. When the value comes to 16, which what line you will get at the output? Values of I when the loop exit. What's the value? Why the loop will get execute? The value of I you are entering as a 16. Understand? So always the while loop will execute at that condition becomes checked at the beginning. So only we are calling as an entry check loop. So if the condition is true means that block alone, the true block will execute. The else part is optional. So the same program it will execute till 15. So if you are giving the values, when the value will come to 16, so it will give the output as the else part. That means false block will execute. Understand? Next one is for loop. Okay. What's the second loop? For loop. Okay. So this loop we are calling as an comfortable loop. Okay. So for loop we are calling as an which loop? Comfortable loop. Okay. So this for loop also we are calling as an entry check loop. Okay. So while loop also we are calling as an which loop? Entry check loop. Likewise, this for loop also we are calling as an which loop? Entry check loop. Okay. Why we are calling as an entry check loop? Same thing. The condition will always check at the beginning of the program. Okay. So beginning of the program, the particular condition will check. So the same thing. The condition is true means the true block will execute. When it will come to the else part, if the condition is false. Okay. So if the condition is true means true block alone execute. So the false bar part won't get execute. Okay. So same only while loop and for loop similar if you are comparing means same only. Okay. Only one difference I will explain. So first you study the syntax. For counter variable in sequence. So while I am explaining itself, please listen and study. See, each and every syntax is very, very important. Again and again I am telling, okay. So for counter variable in sequence. Okay, first line. Then statement block 1. Else optional block. Likewise while loop. So else block is optional. If you need means you can include, otherwise leave it, no problem. Only the true block, it will always focus on the true block, okay. So condition is for true means the particular true block will execute when it will come to the else block if the condition is false, and also the false block is an optional one. Understand? So listen. So here counter variable. What do you mean by counter variable? So already we have studied this counter variable in your 11th standard C++ program. Counter variable is nothing but similar to, for example, for I equal to 0, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. That line only we are calling as an which one? Counter variable. I equal to 0, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. That means condition, then the increment. That variable we are calling as an which one? In Python we are calling that one, we are calling as an counter variable. Understand? So similar to the C++ program, that I equal to 0, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus, that we are calling as an which one? Counter variable in Python. Understand? So only they have given. So counter variable is similar to the for loop. What are the things you have used in C++? That is similar. Okay. So here, what's the for I equal to 0, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. What's that one? First one we are calling as an initial value, then final and increment. For I equal to 0 means that's the initial value. I less than or equal to 5. That means final value is still 5. And increment value. I plus plus, that is increment. Okay. So listen, instead of using that one, in Python you are using range of function. Very, very important question. Okay, this one. So last time also they have asked this one. Range of function. So sometimes they will ask for 2 mark. Sometimes they will ask for 1 mark question also. Sometimes they will ask for 5 mark. Okay, I'll explain. So listen carefully. So in Python, we are using which function? For giving this one, initial, final and increment. That means I equal to 0, I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus. Instead of giving that one, you are giving which function? Range of function. Okay, what's the meaning of range of function? It is also used to specify the same thing. Initial value, final and increment value. Okay, then what's the condition means in range of? So here the first value is considered as a starting value. Inside the range of function you are giving some values. Okay, so among that value, first value it will take as a starting value. Similar to I equal to 0. 0 means starting value is 0. Likewise, inside the range of function you are giving value, no, first value it will take as a starting value. And last value, for example, I less than or equal to 5 means here in range of function it will consider the last value 5 means it will take the before value. That means 5 minus 1, 4. For example, I am giving range of 1, 6. Listen, range of 1, 6. So what's the starting value? 1. Last value 6 I am giving. So that is a stop value. It will take 6 minus 1. Understand? So last value as a 5. Understand? So understand? Range of 1, 6 means first value it will take as a starting value and last value it take as a minus 1. From last value you need to decrease 1. Understand? That's the use of range of function. Range of function is very, very important. Okay. So next slide I'll explain with example. Then only you will get understand. So this is the syntax of range of function. Very, very important question. Again and again I am telling. So please listen carefully and study. Okay. 1 mark questions by own one word sender they have asked for from this range of function. Okay. So listen carefully. So this is the syntax for range of function. Range of start, stop and step. Similar to that for loop in C, I equal to 0. Then I less than or equal to 5, I plus plus, same only. Okay. So don't get confused. What's the syntax? Range of start, stop, this step. So listen, start means it will refers to the initial value. Okay, that means starting value, first value. Then stop means it will refers to the last value. So always last value will take minus 1. That means before value it will take as a input. Okay. Then step is the increment value. What do you mean by increment? I plus plus. What's the meaning of I plus plus? Each time it will get increment. Okay. So that step is a optional part. That's not a compulsory part. Some programs they will give step value. Some programs they are not giving step value. Okay. So I'll explain with example. Then only you will get understand. So once more. So say the syntax of range of 3 things are there. What are they? Range of start, stop and step. Start means it will refers to the first value, starting, initial value. Stop means final values. Always the final value take minus 1. That means before value. So don't forget. So you will get confused. Sometimes why they have given last value this one. Why we need to take the before value. Okay. So listen. Always the stop value means it will take the value minus 1. Okay. Step means increment value. That's an optional part. Some programs they will give step value. Some programs they won't give step value. Okay. Then we can see the example for this range of function. Listen. First thing, likewise only, last time they asked for 3 mark question. I think it's this one. Not the same numbers, different numbers. So if you listen carefully means only you can able to write by your own. Listen, range of 1, 30, 1. Okay. So what's the output it will come? Listen, what's the first value? 1 means start. What's the stop? 30. Then step. Step means increment. Listen. So the value print from how many values? Think and say starting value is 1. So 1. How many values it will print? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 till 30 or 29. 30 or 29. Values will print till 29. Why? Stop value always takes will minus 1. 30 minus 1. 29. Okay. Listen. Another one thing. Last value is a step value. So it will increment from 1. Understand? 1 plus 1, 2. Then 2 plus 1, 3. 3 plus 1, 4. 4 plus 1, 5, 6 till 29. Understand? Yes. Understand? See the next example. So 2, 30, 2. What's the starting value? 2. Starting value is 2. So till which value it will print? Till 29. Okay. So here the last value is a 2. So what's the increment value? 2, not 1. Listen. So here first example the increment value is a 1. So each time it will increment plus 1. But here the last value is a 2. So each time it will get increment with the value 2. Okay. So think and say what output you will get? 2. Next 4. Understand? Because you need to add 2 at the each step. 2 plus 2, 4. Then 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 2, 8. Likewise 2, you need to add. Last value is 28. Why? So last value 30 minus 1 only. But here your increment value is 2. So till 28 only you will get the output. Understand? Yes. Next thing. Listen. 33, minus 3. So what's the starting value? Starting value is 30. So end value till 3. But here 3 means minus 1. Minus 1 means 2. But you are going to reduce minus 3 each time. Okay, minus 3. So 30 minus 3. First thing what it will get? 27. Then 27 minus 3, 21. Then 21 minus 3, 18. 18 minus 3, 15. Then 15 minus 3, 12. Likewise, last value will get 6. Because the last value is minus 3. So that's the previous value. Understand? Next, range of 20. So only they are giving starting value alone. Only one value they have given. So it will print. So till 0 to they have given no other number. So the range it will print 0 to before 20 minus 1, 90. Okay. So these are the examples they are given. So please listen carefully. Please understand and study. This is very, very important. Likewise, they will ask for a lot of own programs. Okay. Understand? Understand? So first one, you need to increment. So like this example, if they asked means, you should see the last value. That means step value. Based on that only you can able to write. Starting value is always from the starting value you need to write. Based on this one. 1 means each time 1 you need to increment. 2 means 2. 5 means 5. That only you need to remember. Otherwise no other thing is there hard to study here. 1 means 1. 2 means 2. 5 means 5. That means 5 means before the value or 5 table. For example 5 means till which value it will there? 25. Understand? Before that value you need to write. That's the thing. Okay. So we are using this range of function in which loop? For loop. Okay, we are using this range of function in which loop? For loop. Okay, so the flowchart they have given for loop whether it will check last item is reached. What do you mean by last item? That step value they have given no step value. Step value 5 means 5 minus 1. So it will check till the last item is reached. Okay, so if the last item is reached means it will execute the body of the loop. Other for example, whether it will check whether the till last item is reached. Okay, so if the last item is reached means it will the control will flow outside of the loop. But if the last item is not reached means again and again it will execute. Understand? For example, the last example we have seen no 1 till the last value is what 30. So it will execute till 29. So till 29 it will execute, then the control come outside. If the before the 29 value it will execute again and again. That is called as iteration. Understand? See the example program. So listen, the using the range of function they are given important program. Okay, two more question. For I in range of 2, 10, 2. So next you are going to print the value of I. End means till this one last line it will end. So what's output you will get thing and say starting value is 2. Ending value is 10. That means before the value. What's the increment value? 2. So first it value 2. Then 2 plus 2, 4. 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 2, 8. Then 8 plus 2, 10. Whether 10 it will print? No. Before value only you should take. Understand? So here you are giving only the single statement. So program is you are going to print single digit even number. Only for loop. That means true part alone. The same program with else part also you can write. See, listen. For the same program. So else print end of the loop. So it will execute till 8. It will print. So the condition becomes what? Condition over. Checking over. The condition true. Then the program will come outside of the loop. It will print the what are the statements you are giving inside the else part. That statements will print. Understand? So please think and study. So up to this today's portion over. Okay, then remaining things you can continue in the tomorrow's class. So what are the things you have studied? Today what are the things you have studied? Alternative or branching statement. So in alternative or branching statement, how many loops you have studied? 2 loops. What are the while loop as well as for loop? So while loop and for loop we are calling as an entry check loop. So in this for loop we are instead of using initial increment value, you are using which one? Range of function. Range of function is very very important. What are the values? Start value, stop value and step value. Okay. So please after completion of this class, you should today's homework for you is what are the programs I have taught today. Range of function as well as that while loop program. What are the programs I asked you to explain today? That programs you should study and write. That's the homework for you. Okay. So study well students. Thank you. We can remaining portions we can continue in the next class. Thank you students.